hello, and welcome to the final episode of Skeletober Celebration!
Ah!
It's spooky, and yes, I am drinking from my skull goblet out of a straw this time. Because it's shaped really wonky and makes a mess out of things, so, you know, I have integrity. Hey, I'm Ben, voice of Wiz in Death Battle, joined by Liam, a writer.
Did it look like I was frozen?
You were scared
You do this every
Did it look like I was
Liam.
frozen there?
Nobody falls for it anymore.
Okay, I thought it was pretty good.
We got Billy, effects extraordinaire, and also director, and also what is happening over there?
Whoa! Oh my goodness!
My heart.
Hello.
Our demonic producer, I guess.
Yes.
I was talking about the dark screen. That was my heart.
I shall be your Havoc staff for the day.
There's so much
I
weird
love
stuff
it.
going
I
on.
love it. Okay. Also, it appears Chad seems to be having some problems with his camera. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
He was really excited about this, but it's kind of...
Ah!
Oh my god!
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Goodness gracious.
Is that
Me oh
wait,
my.
is that you, Skeletor? Where's Chad?
No, it's somebody else. What the fuck do you think it is? Skeletor.
Did you kill him?
Yeah.
Did you club Chad to death? Is his body on the ground right in front of you?
What's to say?
I
You,
suppose we'll have to
Skeletor,
find out
the
next
evil
week.
murderer?
We'll see if Chad comes back
Well,
or if it'll be
2022
Skeletor.
Skeletor has learned a lot about saying things on camera.
Well, Skeletor, I am very glad that you were able to join us today.
Thank you.
Because it turns out, for our final episode of Skeletober Celebration,
Skeletor!
we
It's
will
my
be pitting. We have had 3 skeleton matchups over the past month. Very exciting, very fun and wacky matchups between Ainz versus Grim, Ghost Rider versus who the hell did Ghost Rider fight?
Sans.
Sans.
Ghost Rider versus Sans, and I remember things, and Skull Knight versus Gravelord Nito, and it all comes down to this final episode where our 3 winners, Ainz, Ghost Rider, Skull Knight, are going to fight
The
you,
winner!
Skeletor. They're gonna fight you.
Yes!
He's got a bone to
winner!
pick that we ignored him.
It will be no
We're gonna-
fight.
Get it? Bone?
I don't
Bone?
get it.
I do the
Bone?
puns here.
Bone? Bone?
Also,
Run it by me one more time.
Bone?
yeah, I don't think. we
Okay,
quite
I got it.
understood
I got
that.
it now. Now
All right,
I
also,
understand.
thank you to everybody in the chat. I see a bunch of new members as well, which is awesome.
Skeletor
Black
is
badges,
pleased.
silver badges, red badges, bronze badges. Amazing to see. Thank you all so much for joining us for this Skeletober celebration. If this is your first time here, we do Death Battle Cast live every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Central Time, and we typically do a crazy, battle like this. Maybe not quite as Skeletobery, but we try to have fun with it. So we are going to get into this. Also, we do have some special things to talk about later on in the show today, including a sneak peek for our upcoming Halloween episode. Ooh,
Yeah.
very excited
Spook.
about that, as well as some other things. But yeah, I think we should just maybe get right to this discussion. So I guess this is going to be a little messy because we obviously have 3 characters to throw at one.
I'll make
Does
it
it make
easy.
sense?
Skeletor
I guess Billy.
wins.
Well, we'll see. Billy, does it make sense to start with you with Ainz? What do you think?
Well, guys, I was kind of wondering how we were going to handle this whole thing because Wait a second.
What?
All right.
What?
I just wanted to be sure. Anyway, how we were going to handle this whole thing because
Billy? Oh God!
What the
Oh
hell?
my god!
Ugh, not again.
Oh my goodness!
And this name cannot ever know defeat. Body of effulgent barrel. Fly. Blessing of magic caster. Infinity wall. Magic ward. Holy. Life
God,
essence.
how many does he
Hey.
have?
Full potential.
Hey, man,
Freedom.
are you gonna-
False
can you-
data
can you-
life. See through. paranormal intuition.
That's a lot. Maybe you don't need to do
greater
quite
There's a
that.
lot of colors.
Okay,
Mantle
okay.
of
You know what?
chaos.
Maybe we
Indomitability.
won't start with Ainz. Maybe
Sensor
we'll,
boost.
maybe we'll start somewhere
Greater
else
luck.
while he
Magic boost.
like keeps doing his thing.
Greater hardy.
Perhaps we move
Evan-
on from this.
Absorption.
Yeah.
Penetrate
Okay.
armor.
How about
Greater
Liam?
magic shield. Mana
How do you think
essence.
Skull Knight is
Triple
gonna?
maximize
What do you think
magic.
Skull Knight's gonna do
Explode
against
mind. Triple magic.
against
Greater
Skeletor? How do
magic
you think Skull Knight would fare with
Fallen
what was he
down.
bringing to defeat Skeletor? Jesus Christ, demon man.
Why?
Okay.
He's done! I win!
All right,
All
Skull
right,
Knight.
so let's
blow
talk about
us
Skull
all
Knight.
down.
Well, anyways, I think Skull Knight would do fantastically against What's going on? Is it
Oh,
another?
God, not
no,
you
just
too.
kidding. There's no. I didn't have a bit prepared. But it would have been funny. It would have been funny if I did. No, I think Skull Knight is gonna just razzmatazz Skeletor so hard.
Nuh-uh.
You know, like Skeletor, all he cares about is the power sword, right? It's what he wants to get, He-Man's power sword. But what about a sword that could kill you in one single hit because it cuts space? And that's gonna be the sword of actuation. Skull Knight, he's got a fucking sword that can kill you in one hit. What are we supposed to do? And it can't, and you know, it's gonna cut space, so it's not like you can block it. Skeletor is just fucked. I know it seems unfair, it seems mean, but he just owns him. He just demolishes him.
Seems
And he has
mean.
and he has a sword. He has a horse that can climb up walls.
I have a fucking panther!
Yeah,
your horse.
yeah. You got a panther. He's got a horse, and it's a bone horse.
Who would you
And,
bet on a fight? A horse or a panther? Panther!
Actually, a realistic answer: a horse. You would always bet on the horse. Large herbivores are always going to come out. Not always, but like are almost always going to come out ahead of the
well,
large
I've killed
carnivore.
a lot of horses with panther specifically. So I'm
Well,
gonna
Skull
say
Knight
the
has killed a lot of
panther's gonna win.
panthers. Skull Knight. There's actually a chapter of Berserk called Skull Knight versus the Panthers, and it's just him, just going to town on these fucking panthers.
I don't remember that one.
You
I
know,
don't
well,
know.
you haven't read all of it, Ben. You haven't read all of Berserk in a while.
I think he's
so
lying. I
it's one of the new
appreciate this.
chapters. It's one of the post Mura chapters. So
Oh my
you know,
God! Please don't.
it's a very new one.
Please don't say that.
I smell bullshit.
Oh wow! That
So-
I mean, I think you just lost everybody's vote for that
Skull,
one.
what are the new? It's 370 just came out, and 370 was excellent. This was 369.5. It was like one of those things that One Piece does. It was like it was thrown in there. Not a lot of people read it. Not a lot of people got it. But if you're a Berserk fan like me, you know that Skull Knight kills a lot of panthers,
Well,
and he's just a better skeleton than Skeletor.
Oh,
Liam,
so
I
the rest
will
of
say,
us are
That's
fake
the end of
fans.
that's the end of this story. Yeah,
yeah. Okay. So if the rest of us here are
it's a
truly
pretty
fake
good
fans,
improvised
Liam,
monologue.
Liam, if the rest of us here are
Yeah,
truly fake fans, I think
Yes.
it makes sense to me to turn to
Yes.
the chat, our live chat. Hey, chat, do you all remember the part in Berserk where Skull Knight killed 100 panthers? Let us
Yes,
know
they do.
in the
They're gonna
chat.
lie. Some will lie.
Nariak says nice.
Some will lie. I'm
And
watching.
that's a yes.
Black Swordsman, literally. The
He said,
Black
"Liam,
Swordsman
stop!"
says, Liam, stop.
Because I'm pulling out the biggest gun argument right off the top. No, I shouldn't be this cruel to them right off the start.
Liam,
Yeah, no, obviously not.
Liam,
Yeah, what?
just stop.
Just stop owning.
Okay, let me talk a little
with
bit about
facts and logic. Yeah,
not
I get-
Ghostbuster, Ghost Rider. Could a
Bring them
Ghostbuster?
on. I will
No.
destroy them all.
Skeletor doesn't count as a ghost, right? Like he's just a skeleton
No.
alien,
No.
right?
He's not
My
even dead.
backstory
He's
has
just
actually been
alive.
changed a lot,
just a
but I think
jerk
right
with a
now
skull
I'm currently
face.
a demon from another dimension that is also the half-brother or the brother of King Randor.
It
Surprise.
depends on the canon that we're looking at.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So, Aaron, you're familiar with Skeletor, right? So
My
if,
minion.
I'm familiar, yeah.
if Skeletor here decides to start bullshitting about stuff,
What?
you would know,
I would
and you'd be able
never.
to call him on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
She is here to
Yeah, no,
support
for
me. She
sure.
is my minion. This is why she has the head of my Havoc staff.
Oh,
I have been claimed as Skeletor's minion for this episode, and I don't really want to argue with that guy. I feel like it would end up going poorly for me, so
A
we're all gonna
smart
go along with
choice,
it
Aaron.
today.
You live another day.
Thank you.
okay. Well,
It's a big relief.
cheesiness aside, Ghost Rider.
I would
He's gonna
never.
freaking obliterate Skeletor, obviously. Because, like, okay, sure, Skull Knight's got his one-hit sword. Yeah, you might think, like, Skeletor's gonna dodge that or something.
I do think. No, I don't think that at all.
I mean,
think
probably not. The guy
I think the
is,
one-hit
I mean,
sword is.
doesn't he call it? People call him a boob all the time, or does he call people boobs? Whatever.
He calls people boobs.
He's a giant boob, and he's gonna fumble over his boob, but right into the
getting
sword and
His
and
what?
and
Actually, fumbling over
it
a
will
boob
be-
was my downfall pretty recently, but we can talk about that later.
it will be pretty easy, I think, for Ghost Rider to hit him with the pen and stare. Like, and I think that's really the big thing that Ghost Rider is going to bring to the table for this fight. Even if he somehow dodges that sword, like, all Ghost Rider's got to do is look at the guy, and all of his past sins blow up in his mind. And I mean, Skeletor's kind of been a dick all of his life.
I've done a lot of
on
evil.
life. Yeah, exactly.
Done a lot of
So
evil.
you're
Yeah.
gonna have to experience all
Good
of that
times.
for yourself, man. Although I guess, how many people has Skeletor actually killed?
Once again, you cannot get me to admit to anything on camera. 2022 Skeletor is much wiser.
Well, I'm just thinking, like, what does Skeletor actually do that's evil? He, like, annoys people and he, like, steals shit, but he doesn't kill people because, like, it's a kid show from the 80s.
I've more than that. I've had comics.
He
I've had
calls his,
multiple TV shows. I had a movie. Masters of the Universe.
It was a good movie, Skeletor.
I've heard it's one of Chad's favorite movies.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
I bet it is. Did you
Chad,
ask him
the
that
guy you
before
killed
you
is
killed
on the
him?
ground?
He's on vacation.
In heaven or hell?
Don't admit to that. Don't
Who
admit to
should
anything.
say?
I feel like he's in Preternia.
Well,
We'll get to that.
So,
Getting a
Pen
lot,
and
hearing a
Stare's
lot of
gonna
we'll
be
get
an
to
issue.
that, Skeletor.
Pen and Stare. So for Ghost Rider, Pen and Stare is going to be an issue. If you watch our Ghost Rider versus Sans episode, which was fucking wild, I think. Like, that was such an interesting matchup. Like, weirdly interesting matchup. The Pen and Stare is obviously going to be an issue for Skeletor. But also, like, he's got to deal with Zarathos, man. The Spirit of Vengeance. You can't kill the Spirit of Vengeance. It's capable
Yes,
of
I
fighting
can.
on the level of Galactus and Mephisto. Obliterating the universes umpteen times over. Yeah, there's no way. And Hellfire, of course, bypasses normal physical, resistances to fire and whatnot. Like, there's nothing Skeletor's gonna be able to do to survive Ghost Rider.
Nuh-uh.
It's gonna be pretty clear cut, I think. Skeletor.
Oh.
Here's a question I have about Pen and Stare, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you need to have eyeballs? Does the person need to have physical eyeballs
You need
in
to be
order
able
for
to
that
see.
to work?
Oh,
I think you need to
shit.
be able to see. Oh,
I actually don't know.
Because here's the thing, yeah, Skeletor does not have eyeballs.
shit.
He
How does
has a
Skeletor
skull for a
see?
head.
Hey, Skeletor. Hey,
Location.
Skeletor.
Magic.
I have a question
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you don't
Magic.
have eyeballs, how do you see?
Magic.
Are you?
I'm a
But,
very
like, is it-
powerful
I can
sorcerer.
clearly see
In
eyeballs
some
in the
iterations,
darkness.
I do have eyeballs.
Yeah,
But
I can.
for the
I can
sake
see
of this
the
argument,
eyeballs.
I do not.
Yeah, I know that there's darkness around where your eyes are supposed to be, but I see eyeballs behind it. So I think Skeletor does have eyes. They're just in
That is
shadow.
but an illusion.
They're just veiled.
They're just veiled by
An
darkness.
illusion
They
from
were
my
mesh.
great dark
And
power.
perhaps nylon. Yeah, I see the twinkle of light in those little eyeballs. I see them.
know.
All right, well,
No, that's
perhaps
why.
this
The
Skeletor
twinkle
has
of
eyeballs.
a deceiver.
Okay, so in the chat, FU, that's my username. Wonderful username. Does say yes, you need eyeballs.
I don't
Interesting.
know about that. I don't know about that. You need to be able to see.
So, yeah. I mean, I believe you just need to be able to see,
Between
which theoretically Skeletor can see. So I don't know. That's an interesting point, though. But I
Yeah.
mean, even if the pen and stare doesn't work, we can get to
Yeah.
we can argue the semantics of that later. Even if that doesn't work, the Hellfire is going to obliterate him. No problem. There's no way Skeletor can keep up with Ghost Rider. He can drive across the universe in
He
seconds.
rides ghosts. What else do you need?
I ride a
Has
panther.
he ever called his motorcycle Ghost? Like, you think is that too obvious?
He was originally supposed to be called Daredevil, but that name was already taken, and they canonized.
So
that.
was Ghost Rider.
Yeah, that's true. I remember that. Yeah, and they canonized.
Ghost Rider was also taken. They
But no one give a fuck about Ghost Rider.
They retconned the old Ghost Rider to be like a precursor Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
But like when the original Ghost Rider was made, it was like a cowboy kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like it had nothing to do with Spirit of Vengeance or whatever. I believe. I believe he's in the Nick Cage movie. Is that the?
Yes.
That's Sam Elliott?
That's Sam Elliott character, I believe.
Yeah, the Sam Elliott character is the original Ghost Rider.
Remember him being the only
his
part of the
horse
movie I
turns into
liked.
like a hell horse. It's
Yeah, it was awesome. That was the only part of that movie I
it's-
liked. It was good, and Nick Cage is Nick Cage screaming. Is
I
funny,
kind of
too.
like all the ghost. Anytime Ghost Rider showed up in that movie, I thought it was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Or any Ghost Rider magic or whatever. Anyway, though there was that like random like weird point where he's just like feeling sorry for himself for so long and like hangs out like a trailer or something like that. I don't know.
I know. When I watched it, I was like, "Aren't you supposed to be invincible? Like, what is supposed to hurt you, Ghost Rider?" And then
You know.
Sticks
eventually-
and stones, Liam.
what?
Emotions-
Skeletor?
Emotions. We can
Stones.
still feel pain
Oh.
even though we're a powerful being.
Even you, Skeletor.
The
Even
plight
you
of the
can still feel
skeleton
emotional
man.
Pain?
Even me.
What's the most
never-
emotionally damning thing that's happened to you, Skeletor? Like a breakup, or the loss of a loved one, or like
A
I don't know, maybe it's-
constant betrayal. It's really hard to trust when your minions are betraying you all the time.
who betrays you the most, Skeletor? I just want to hear one of their stupid names.
Probably Evelyn.
That's the one I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Evil
You walked
Lynn?
right
Well-
into it,
Come
bro.
on.
Okay, I mean, if
Well,
your
her name
minions
is
are
Lynn, but
constantly
then she wanted to be
But
evil,
she
so
became evil, and then it still kind of
Evil
worked.
Lynn.
if your minions are
Shakespeare.
constantly betraying you, Aaron, are you planning on betraying Skeletor?
Oh, I sure hope so.
It depends on how convincing everyone else's arguments are.
We'll
see.
Okay, it's on the table. All right,
I'm watching you with my eyeless sockets that could not be swayed by the penance stare.
Okay, Billy, are you back? What happened
Oh,
over
no,
there?
no. Billy's dead.
Billy
Oh
died.
God!
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, we
Oh,
saw
right,
him
let's-
die on screen. What are
Let's
you talking
steal
about?
Skeletor's thunder. Thank you so much for being here,
That's why I'm
other
here,
skeleton man.
Skeletor.
So wait,
Ainz, do you have a
Well, that's the whole
problem with
point, it's a day of
your
skeletons.
eyesight? You have glasses on, Ainz.
Well, I play MMOs, so
Oh, that'll
They're
amplify the
blue
view
light
out of the penance
filter.
stare.
this is Ian's casual wear.
Their blue light filter,
Yeah.
it helps him, not get headaches.
Oh,
Good point.
smarter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess he's not usually behind a computer. Like,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
not,
It
you know,
it really
Ainz
wears you
himself.
down after a while.
His eyes aren't actually red, they're blue. He's just played that much games.
you're so tired and I can't blink.
Oh my God.
Or close your
Um,
mouth
That's
to
also
form
a good
consonants.
point, Yeah.
You don't need to do that.
Meanwhile,
All right,
I've
well-
got an open mind. It's great.
Ainz, the Overlord.
Yeah.
What are
let's see.
you?
Skeletor,
What are you doing?
He has magic. Oh, Ainz, me, Elder Lich Mage. I can kill anything, even the dead. Oh, Skeletor has minions. Oh, well, I have powerful and competent and countless minions under my command. He has spells. I got 700. I'm resistant to most debuffs. Hey, I can also steal talents and abilities with Wish Upon a Star. Or I can wish for anything I want. I can even give him eyeballs. Hey, I can also,
You could sabotage him?
yes, I could if I wanted to. Hey,
Wait.
I have a staff.
You give him eyeballs. Ghost Rider penance stares him. It's done.
Let's
Wait,
team
what
up.
the fuck?
Why
Why are
don't
they
we team up?
teaming up against me?
So, yeah, is this going to be Ainz and Ghost Rider and Skull Knight? Even though, obviously, with Skull Knight on their side, Ainz and Ghost Rider aren't super necessary. But, like, is it all three of them versus Skeletor? Or is it a free-for-all?
I did
I
not
think it's a-
agree to this.
I
It's a-
think it'd be a free for all.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's a
in this
free-for-all.
case.
Oh, interesting.
well, I mean,
Okay.
we're gonna have one winner, right? So, like,
Yeah,
which one of the
Temporary one,
which one of
please.
these three would beat Skeletor?
gotcha,
Basically,
gotcha.
I'm
None.
thinking.
Oh, okay.
Skeletor
I think you
votes
answered
none.
my question and then unanswered my. I got it. I'm good. Skull Knight beats
Does that make
Skeletor,
sense?
obviously, but no, but
You can tell that we put a lot of thought into this.
so yeah, I think
Literally minutes.
and we know that Ainz has that scanning ability, so he could like scan Ghost Rider, see that his thing is understand the penance stare, and then give Skeletor eyeballs.
I mean, they could just talk to each other too.
They could also just talk to each other if it wasn't a free-for-all, which it is, but it's also not because
yes,
they're
I love in the middle of
determining
battle
who
that we
they're
sit
going
down
to
and
kill.
There's only
talk
going
about
to be.
our feelings
I
and-
guess.
Have you ever read a comic book?
There's
Skeletor?
no matter what, there's always going to be one winner. That's how.
Yeah, there's only going to be one winner. So like, I guess it's a free for all, but also Skeletor's just involved now.
I feel like
Is it like a
Skeletor
four-way?
and
Like they're all fighting each other? It was a three-way battle, and then also we're adding Skeletor to the three-way battle. Or are we seeing who would do the best against Skeletor specifically? Or is it all three of them versus Skeletor? Could Skeletor beat all three of them at once? Oh,
Yes.
yeah, I only have one. Don't
yes
say
to
yes.
all those answers.
Don't. Those are contradictory.
I'm just gonna. How about this?
Yeah.
This is a free for all between these four characters in whatever way you choose to interpret it as.
Okay. Yeah. Well, then
Venusaurus
Skull Knight
in
just
the chat
swings
says
his sword, and then they're all
Skeletor
dead.
just
They're all just.
Thank
they're
you.
just-
So it
I
is
just like
possible that some of these skeletons will team up, right?
Yeah,
I don't.
well, they'd have to have a reason.
Yeah,
I'm
they'd have to
very
be
good
able to
at
reason
teaming
that.
up and then betraying people too.
I do feel like
That's true.
Ghost Rider's gonna want most of the people here dead.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Skull
I-
Knight's not bad though.
hundreds of
I mean, he
thousands.
has caused pain, but he's not sinful
I hate to like
unless he's
go against my own character,
Eric.
but Ghost Rider's not going to team up with anybody. He's
No,
going to try
no,
to kill all of
probably
them. That being said, I think Ghost Rider could just do it anyway. Like he's just going to wipe everybody out in an instant.
Why would he go? How would he do that?
Because he's Ghost Rider, man. He could blow up the fucking universe and penance
We could
stare all
blow
of
up the
you
universe. What are
motherfuckers.
we talking about? What are you talking about?
All right, so we've all talked about our characters and
Have we?
ourselves, I guess in Nine's case. Skeletor,
Yes.
what are you bringing to the table?
Let's hear it.
Don't I have like a timer or something?
Oh, yes. 60
Yeah,
seconds on the
it's his-
clock.
it's
Yeah.
Skeletor's first
Uninterrupted.
time.
I knew that
Uninterrupted.
because of my powerful
Uninterrupted.
magic.
Uninterrupted,
I am
Aaron.
Skeletor, demon from another dimension, lord of destruction, trained under the mighty Hordak, who I one day will defeat to become the greatest sorcerer in all of Eternia. My dark powers are boundless. I can teleport, shoot magical beams of destruction, summon armies of the undead, even transform the terrain around you into living enemies. Aside from my incredible magic, I'm strong enough to go toe-to-toe with He-Man, a being strong enough to move planets and defy physics. I've defeated pre-crisis Superman, fought and enslaved the Justice League, traveled through time and space, even held the power of the universe itself and became a god. I may have started as a toy, but I won't be toying around. Three more.
I loved how Skeletor's Nias were so loud and like piercing that it Discord like basically prevented me from hearing it. So it's like he ascended. which
Because the
is-
sheer power will melt your brain, Liam.
My brain already feels pretty melted
Wow.
today, Skeletor.
Wow. Okay. Hang on. Transform the ground into enemies? Is that what you said?
Oh, I do that a lot. This is
That's just called living in
random shit
California.
That's just lying around. I just like give it a little zappy beam, and then suddenly it's like a golem or like a tree man, and it's fighting people.
Wait, a tree man? Holy fucking shit.
Okay.
Oh my god, I'm scared.
So
Genuinely.
so wait, could
Tree men
Skeletor
scare me,
just
man.
what would happen to the ground though if
A
he turned all the
pizza
ground into
He-Man!
enemies?
Eat it!
It just
Somebody
look.
said that.
They just kind of like come, like shoot the laser at the rock, and then it's a golem, and then it's fighting people.
Could you
Okay.
turn the ground into like an Eins? Into another Eins in a Ghost Rider? Could that happen, Skeletor?
Summon a completely different, powerful entity.
I've
Yeah.
summoned a lot of things. Yeah, I can summon a lot of skeletons. Like I've
Could you
summoned
summon
shit
like
ton
a
of them.
Subway sandwich
I mean,
for me,
I can summon
Skeletor? I'm
skeletons.
hungry.
Come on, bro.
What?
Okay,
Sometimes
okay.
it's hard
Could
to
you
hear.
summon a torso after it gets fucking removed from the bottom half of your body after Skull Knight cuts you
I
with the
won't
sword of
need to.
actuation, Skeletor? I don't know.
What are you talking
Skeletor.
about?
I'm talking about Skull Knight and the sword of actuation. Could he summon
Okay.
a,
Well,
a
let's deal with that
replacement
right
torso?
now. So,
Yeah.
how fast is Skull Knight?
Skull Knight is at least as fast as lightning. but there's enough. He was able to avoid an attack by Griffith in his femto state, and notably, femto's main ability is causality, which is like things will either happen no matter what or not happen no matter what. So the fact that he dodged an attack from Griffith is kind of fucking insane. That's defying causality itself.
Is it arguable that Griffith meant for that to miss?
No, he'd have no reason to, right? There are times when Griffith manipulates. He was able to Skull Knight did once cut him with the sort of actuation, and Griffith was intended that he would do that, and then he took the cut in space and then put it onto Ganishka, and then Ganishka died as if Skull Knight had cut Ganishka. So there are times when he manipulates people like that, but that wasn't a case. That was him just trying to kill Skull Knight. As the God Hander want to do.
So Skull Knight is at least as fast as lightning, potentially as fast as plot armor.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I like the sound of that.
At least as fast as lightning, potentially as fast as plot armor. I mean, I think here's the thing. When you're talking about characters like Ghost Rider and Skeletor, plot armor comes up all the time in certain ways. They survive things they obviously shouldn't, and then it's reasoned later on. Like how Ghost Rider can, outrace Mjolnir, which can race across the universe in milliseconds. So that way faster than light. There's no way Skull Knight's possibly tagging Ghost Rider with that sword. But
that's probably fair. Yeah.
I am curious if you could... Oh, there we go. Skull Knight's out.
I can only go so far with the Skull Knight thing. Why was everyone set off by the Panther thing? That was a bit. That was me joking.
I don't think. You swore that he fought Panther.
I think some people were like, Liam is a liar. That Panther chapter never happened.
See?
How dare he?
I told you. I told you you were making a mistake.
Well, it's obviously a joke. Oh my god! Yeah, no.
All right. I guess Skull Knight's just out. I
think he could potentially if he was able to land a hit on Skeletor, I think it would work. So in
I can teleport instantly, and I've also kept up with He-Man and Superman.
Teleportation is instant. What are you talking? It's like I can run at a speed. I can teleport instantly. That's what teleportation is, Skeletor.
Okay,
there is no
Listen, doing it instantly actually takes a lot of skill because there's some people that need to summon shit for a while, and then they go where they want to go. I can just go.
He's talking about activation. He's talking about activation.
Oh, activation. Okay.
Correct.
Okay, I understand. That's still basic.
Activate
instantly. That's just normal teleportation, Skeletor.
No, it's not.
I'm not even. Everyone teleports.
Every video game ever has a cooldown and a charge up for a teleport, Liam.
No video game has ever existed, Ben. That's
wow.
I enslaved the Justice League with
what
magic.
I was saying.
I took over
everyone
all
has
of them,
enslaved the
including
Justice
Flash.
League. That's what happens every Justice League issue.
As we were saying, Skull Knight's out. There's just no way Skull Knight's winning. I am curious.
In a crazy melee, if he was holding back and he threw out a couple of attacks, I think he could potentially get some stuff. But no, in general, someone focused on him.
Ainz. Could Ainz tag somebody moving faster than light?
He is described in the novel as Sheltier catches a blow casually that is moving near the speed of light. I believe is how it's described. So he's able to move faster than that because she wasn't even trying to block that attack. So it's probably in the range of light speed, but
I'm sorry. I need to clarify something. Who are you?
That's Ainz.
Talking to.
It's clearly Ainz.
Yes, I mean,
is it
clearly?
He's referring to himself in the third person because of his magnanimity.
That's what evil people do. You
I think that's pretty straightforward.
Yes. So. It's fun to say your name to strike fear into others, like the mighty Skeletor. In Skeletober!
Skeletober!
Yes.
It amplifies my power by infinity. I would like to point that out for this argument.
I'm very. There's a lot going on right now. I would like us to maybe pause for a moment and talk about what's going on.
You're
Specifically disregarding all of this, but then He-Man showed up, and now I know Skeletor is like.
I
all mad.
thought
What
I was
the
looking
hell?
away for a second when you said what's going on, and I forgot that there was a scene transition. So I thought that we were all just sitting there like staring at the screen in silence for a moment, and that's why I snorted. But then I clicked back and I was like, oh, it's what's going on. Yeah.
We had
Okay,
one,
this
I had
episode-
I had one
Thank you
rule,
for that.
Ben, and I agreed to come on your stupid fucking show as long as there was no He-Man.
You agreed? Who'd you agree with?
I
Ben.
never
That was never.
agreed.
I don't think that was approved by
Skeletor
anybody.
lies, everybody.
Yeah.
Skeletor
Tell them,
lies.
minion.
What else is
I don't know,
Skeletor lying about?
I sent an email to Skeletor to come on as our
Oh.
special guest today.
Did you
because
know-
our other
Oh,
one
no!
didn't work
There's
out.
supposed to
Yeah.
be no He-Man.
Oh,
You all
no,
should have been
Aaron.
CC'd on the email. I don't know what happened.
Aaron's
Oh,
the
I think
one
I
who
was
betrayed
BCC'd.
us. Oh no! All right,
I
so
will be suing all of you after this, just so you know.
okay, great to know. Thank
Yeah.
Sue this
Hey.
ratio.
by the way,
It's no ratio.
did you know? Wondery.
I
Go
hear that's
deep into
really-
the canals of Numenor, the mines of Khazad-dûm, and more with the official The Lord of the Rings of Power podcast, hosted by the one and only Felicia Day. She and several special guests provided inside look at the epic series and what it took to bring Middle-earth back to life, or just to life. Each episode of the official podcast features exclusive interviews with the showrunners J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay, including the first full breakdown of the season finale. Felicia also goes behind the scenes with the cast and crew to bring you jaw-dropping stories and Easter eggs that you don't want to miss. Watch The Rings of Power on Prime Video and listen to all 8 episodes of the official The Lord of the Rings of Power podcast for free on Amazon Music. Download the Amazon Music app now. Also, Rings of Power, if you haven't seen it, the season just ended, so it's all available. So go check that out. Okay.
Good, Skeletor commands you.
Apparently.
That's not very fair.
Why are you
Skeletor.
gunning for
You
a
have
different
Mr.
franchise, Skeletor?
Yeah. What Skeletor?
It sounded like
Yes,
Skeletor was
yeah,
on board for it.
Skeletor. What's
Skeletor, are
wrong,
you a
Skeletor?
are you a Tolkien fan?
I'm a huge fan of Lord of the Rings. If there's one universe I won't cross over to conquer, it's that one.
Why?
Well, I mean,
Because
Wow.
it's like,
Sauron's kind of scary. So
I mean, in the
I
Fourth
can see
Age,
that.
magic is basically it left the realm. You know, it's basically faded away. So it just kind of becomes normal Earth at a certain point. So there's no point in conquering it.
Yeah,
It's just boring.
I like
Well,
my
see-
magic.
What I was going
Yeah.
to say, Liam,
Yeah. What
Is-
were you gonna say, Ben?
Sauron is kind of scary.
Sounds
Kind of
spooky.
like the
So
characters
nice.
who are going to be
Kind
of like the characters that are going to be.
Maybe he'll interrupt you 13 times, Ben.
I didn't interrupt you that time. You stopped and you interrupted yourself on that one, Ben. I did not interrupt. You just stopped out of nowhere.
Okay.
You wanted me to. That was
Kind
the
of
bit.
like the characters that are in our upcoming death battle, Jason Voorhees versus Michael Myers. We have a sneak peek. Let's just play that. Come on, let's watch it.
Kind of like.
Mother is talking to you. The blackest eyes. The devil's eyes. Kill her. Kill her.
Murder!
They're coming. They're coming.
Kind of like.
This Halloween.
Spooky, spooky.
Spooky.
Yeah, well, get ready for a spooktacular, episode of Death Battle with Jason versus Michael Myers this Halloween.
Feels
on the
weird
Death
to,
Battle YouTube.
to talk about slasher villains as spooky. Like that's like different genre of
Sure.
Halloween fright.
Sure. There's also something else I want to talk about before we get back to the community death battle, which is this is completely brand new because it's something that we're kind of just considering. But hey, we want you guys to be aware of like what we're thinking about doing. And we want to know if you guys are interested in this. So we have some incredible musicians who work with us, right? Brandon Yates, Werewolf Werewolf, Aaron there, and a bunch of guests who have joined us on multiple occasions. Omega Sparks and Swats were on a recent episode of Death Metal Cast. Incredible people, very talented people. And we love them to death, and we want to celebrate what they do with us, and we want to showcase their talent. So we had a thought about releasing a vinyl of some of Death Battle music. This isn't something we're like locked in on yet. We're more so just curious. Would you be interested in buying a vinyl of Death Battle music? I think it'd be pretty cool, but I'm very curious to see what you guys would think about that. So I believe we're actually going to bring up a poll to see if anybody's interested in that.
Only say yes if you'd actually buy it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I know it sounds very exciting, like to hear, just talk about, and like I think it's really exciting. But we legitimately are curious. It'd be a huge process and project for us, and we would love to do it. But like, if it doesn't do well, then that could be like we want to make sure that people want it.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
please let us know in the poll. Thank you so much. And again, like even regardless, if you're not interested in buying something like that, that's fine. That's fine. Like, don't feel bad about it. You can always check out their music. Their music's released on pretty much everywhere you can find music online, YouTube Music, Spotify, etc. You can just look up like Death Metal music. And also, both of them do versus tracks on their YouTube channels. Again, Werewolf and Brandon Yates. Look them up on YouTube. They do commissioned versus battle tracks all the time, and they are incredible. So you can go ahead and check that out at any point.
Robotic Miner says, hell yeah, I would.
Awesome. I think it'd be cool, but again, we want to make sure that it's something that you would actually be interested in purchasing. So thank you.
Yeah.
Regardless, thank you so much for supporting our musicians.
Mm-hmm.
I think I covered everything. Is there anything I missed about the vinyl idea? I think so. Cool. Okay.
Way to
I
go.
think we're good.
Awesome. All right. And again, also, I think I mentioned this last week, but real briefly, I did want to say, mention again, members who are watching this right now or later on, you might have seen a trailer go up on the Death Battle channel. I guess it's called a trailer. A little video go up that mentions that members will be able to choose a matchup for next year's season of Death Battle. That is something we are going to be doing in the next coming weeks, potentially next month, I believe, where we will be essentially putting out a vote for you guys to vote on a matchup based on choices you guys have pitched. Choices we've seen you guys pitch in the past, and some that you might want to pitch at our upcoming Fireside Chat. So we have a Fireside Chat coming up on November 2nd. If you haven't been to one of them, it's basically a members exclusive get together with you all and us. And unlike Death Metal Cast, it's like a show, I guess, that's not really planned. It's not really a show. It's just us sitting down and hanging out with you guys for an hour.
Who do you burn in the fire?
Yeah, exactly.
You, Skeletor.
And we're gonna
perhaps
spend
Chad's
some time.
remains.
We're gonna spend some time in that Fireside Chat just talking about ideas, ideas that you guys would want to see in the next season of Death Battle, and compile a list of some of them. And ultimately, we will release a poll after that at some point that members will be able to vote on. And whichever matchup is voted on, whichever one gets the most votes, we are doing next year, regardless of what it is.
I would
Please
like
be a
to
good
submit
one.
an idea.
Freddy
You would.
Krueger
Skeletor.
versus
I mean,
Freddy
Skeletor.
Fazbear.
Skeletor, are you a member? Are you a champion for Death Battle?
No, I haven't found a way to
Oh,
pirate it
sheepskin.
yet.
Wow. Well, you know what? If you click that join button, Skeletor's, also you get to check out Cast. This is just becoming a promo for a membership. I'm gonna move on. All right,
We
let's
got a
get-
plug.
Everyone
We got a
should
plug.
sign up and become a champion.
We've
Let's
got bills
get-
to pay.
That's true. Let's get back to the community death battle. Okay, so This one's going to be a little tricky because 4 of us are representing characters, which means there's only one of us here who isn't repping a character. So,
I mean, I'm technically not repping a character anymore.
is Skull Knight just out of the running?
That's what you said.
That's true. Skull Knight's just out of the running.
Skull Knight.
No, Skull Knight's
peace out.
technically in the running.
Okay,
He's
he's
really
okay.
cool, but there's no way in hell.
Okay, you know what?
He wins because he's cool.
All of us are going to cast votes.
Yeah.
Wait,
It is okay to vote for yourself.
we're not voting yet. You haven't even heard of the cool stuff I can do.
I know. All of us are going to be able to cast votes, but it is okay to vote for yourself. That's
is it?
Just what I'm deciding on now. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
You're
You're gonna test
all
our
right.
loyalty.
Skeletor.
Yes.
We've heard a lot of badass stuff about these 3 characters over the past few weeks. What is the most badass thing? What are the most badass things Skeletor can do to ensure a victory here, if at all possible?
I have some bad news for everyone. In Revelations, I controlled the power of the entire universe, becoming a god, which gave me, and I quote, command over life and death and the afterlife as well. Evident in the fact that I was chasing after He-Man because he'd been teleported away. It was a real pain in the ass. And then I decided to shoot this corrosive mist all over the kingdom. It was turning people into zombies, and
That's
it was
gross.
great. Super fun time. And then it killed Fisto and this other guy. And then
What is his name?
Fisto. He likes
Is Fisto
to
his
fist.
Christian name?
Yes. He has a
Yes.
giant fist. He likes to do a lot of fist-related puns. Anyway, so it was a great moment
I thought it
for
was
me
going in a
because they were
completely
like
different
pointing
direction.
over. They were like, "Oh no! Oh well, at least they served us so well in life. They're going to heaven." And this was awesome. I got to be like, "No, because I'm a god. I have their souls in my hands, and I'm sending them to hell." And then I did it. It was great. So I held their souls literally in my hand. It was a very powerful moment for me.
Okay. Okay. So
Kinda
hang on.
Sounds like
so-
hang on.
Captain Crunch.
Let
vaguely.
me understand
I
this
will
correctly.
fucking end you, Liam.
Why? Why, Skeletor? You have no emotional connections to what I just said.
Hang on. Skeletor got the power of a god, farted all over the kingdom to turn people into zombies, and
Yeah.
grabbed their souls and held it in
Killed
his hand.
Fisto. I mean
And sent
Fisto.
them to hell.
And while
It was great
fisting
because they
them.
were like, they're gonna go to heaven, and I got to be like, nah, and then just it was great. It was a really big moment. And
Did
so
you
as I was
destroy heaven as
exploring
well?
my
Did you do
power,
something
I
like
liked
that?
to go and stand in the star chamber and look across the vastness of infinity and the universe, and makes your eyes go all crazy. It's really fun.
So you do have eyes.
Well, it makes your sockets go all crazy. Anyway, Liam.
Yeah. You were
And
talking
so
about Captain
as
Crunch.
I was exploring my power, I'd learned that I could
Oh.
unmake people with a thought.
I thought you were about to say exploring your sexuality.
No.
I found I could unmake people with a thought.
got-
Oh, that's kind of my only weakness. We'll get to that. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, I learned I could unmake people with a thought. Now look, in hindsight, I should have just done that. But I've kind of got this thing with He-Man where like I like to fight him and I want him to feel conquered. But
Yeah.
You
bit
guys
me
got a
in the
very-
You
ass.
want him to feel conquered.
I-
Tell us
Yeah.
more
Okay.
about that.
I mean, there's a reason why they had to get rid of Fisto. Like, he was taking up too much room.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fisto
he
was
takes up a
conquering
lot of
He-Man.
room.
He needed to
Okay.
make some room.
Okay. Didn't expect my feats of power to go here. Let's
Don't talk.
see. So yeah, basically, I have the power of the entire universe. And again, so look, sometimes your henchmen will trick you into wanting some sexy time, and you're worried that having the power of all existence or of the universe inside of you will murder her at said sexy time. So you put the sword down, and then she takes it and steals all of the power. Anyway, so that happened, and then, just to show off some of the things you could do with that power, she was kind of like, Skeletor, you're wasting your time chasing after He-Man, watch this shit. And then for funsies, she just snapped her fingers and destroyed all of the afterlife. Just gone. So,
That sucks.
It's like
true.
town level, right? Roughly speaking. I would say.
It's
well,
gonna
it's, I mean, it's the entire spiritual plane. Just gone. That's the amount
Yeah.
of power I have at my disposal.
Yeah, as kilotons, I think.
Of course,
It's a lot.
Skeletor does not have the imagination to have done that on his own. He needed
I know I
somebody
have the
who was-
imagination. I just really like fighting He-Man. And since He-Man's not a part of this, I'll just out of existence the whole lot of you.
Yeah, so I know what he's talking about. I think the idea is Skeletor is a little more reserved. Because, like, the whole concept was Evil Lynn was like, a lot of shit went down, and she was in an emotionally very tough place, right? And so she decided it's better to just get rid of everything than to try to control everything. And Skeletor is about control, not destruction, typically, right?
Yeah, kind of. So when she went into the Star Chamber, this was my bad, because I was like, maybe this is a moment, because I was, doing what I do, I abuse her and shit. It's bad. Anyway, so then I was like, hey, I'm sorry, I
Christ.
promise it'll never happen again. Come into the
His
Star
character's name is
Chamber and look
Evil
at the
Lynn
universe,
still,
and
right?
look at this, it's great. But when she looked at the universe, it kind of backfired, because she thought it was all just chaos and emptiness, and where I'm like, I want to rule it. She was like, nah, fuck it, let's burn it to the ground. And that's when she seduced me and stole the power.
This is a very mature storyline for characters that are for 8-year-olds.
a season that has Fisto in it.
Honestly, that was like the one hang up I had with Revelations. I was like, is this the same? Are these the same characters?
This
Like,
next
this
episode, we're
story
going
is
to be
so
talking about Barney the
intense.
Dinosaur's PTSD.
Well, keep in
But it's
mind,
pretty good.
There's a big
Revelations is
difference.
pretty
Like,
fun,
we've
though.
evolved, right? From starting out as shamelessly selling toys to we had comic adventures, and then now we're Revelations, and I've got the powers of all the universe at my disposal. Also,
It's a reboot to sell
Oh,
different toys, to
Yeah.
be fair.
and then also, fun fact: if universal power wasn't enough, if at certain times the planets align into the celestial apex, and then that would give me power over all of existence, which I could then destroy.
Wait,
So-
even if you didn't have the god powers, you would just have this.
No, I need the power of the universe. But then when the planets line up, it's like a supercharge.
So he needs.
If you have the power of the universe, can you just make the planets line up yourself?
Yeah, wait,
Or
what?
do you have to
I
wait
didn't
for
think
it?
of that, and I don't
Yeah, of
believe the
course he didn't.
writers did either. But yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I probably could.
Well, maybe you
That's a
can't
good
then.
point,
Maybe you
man.
can't
That
move the
seems in
planets.
character for Skeletor.
Yes.
Okay.
Hines, what is your answer to all of that stuff?
I can
Hines?
still kill
Yeah.
him. I
Why-
can still
why?
kill him.
How?
My ability kills anything, so I can still kill Skelegod.
Including something
Wait.
more powerful than you?
Yeah,
Hang on.
God?
If Skeletor has powers of the god of a god or god
It's
whatever
all of the universe.
of the universe, can he die? If
doesn't
if
matter.
he
the
has
spell
the ability.
kills
No.
things
If he has the ability to manipulate the afterlife, destroy it, bring it back, whatever. Because I believe they also use that power to bring back the afterlife at the end of the show, or restore it or whatever.
The sorceress does. Spoilers. But then also when it was really fighty time, Godlin did bring back all of death to fight. And that kind of backfired a little bit because
What does that mean? What does all of death mean? Bring back all of
everyone.
death?
Everyone who
Yeah,
died. Just
so
come on back. Kill
Godlin
them, minions.
came
She
back and-
summons every single soul out of Subternia. Subternia is their version of
Oh.
hell. And summons
So-
them all to Eternia.
Oh, that's what you meant
to
before.
In a
Right.
surprise twist, that little
like-
bastard Orko was there. Maybe because he failed so often, he was damned to hell. But
It's
then
like
he
that one
came and
Dragon
really,
Ball
really
movie.
fucked things up. So
I mean,
It's
we
like
could
a-
get into a philosophical tangent about the difference between Preternia and Subternia within the Masters of the Universe.
Why don't we
but
get
I
into
don't
that?
think
We have
need
7
another-
minutes.
So
I mean,
so
I
it's
can
sort of like
get into it.
So it's sort of like that one Dragon Ball movie where they open up hell and Gotenks has to fight Hitler, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's my favorite
Yeah.
Dragon Ball movie.
Wild comparison, but
Fusion
you're not
Reborn is-
incorrect.
I like Fusion Reborn, to be honest. That's good.
All right. Oh yeah, I guess that's the first appearance of Gogeta. Also,
Yeah.
what a weird movie.
Yeah.
Also different art styles. Whatever. Anyway,
Basically,
okay.
but
Janemba's so
so
cool.
you
in
can't-
this
you gotta-
ripoff, though.
the only way to really get rid of my ultimate power is to seduce me, which I don't think that's happening, and I'm not gonna
Well,
fall
look.
for that again.
Don't
Uh,
don't say anything without trying it first. You never know. Maybe.
Yeah, baby.
Oh no.
Okay, but like,
No, not this time. You don't want me for me, you want me for my power.
Is that what you said to Fisto?
And then the other way is that I have to voluntarily relinquish it. Like, be shown the path is different and then choose to be like, oh, I was wrong. I won't be evil
Oh, yeah,
anymore.
be a
So
fucking
bad
idiot.
Like if he was hit by the penance stare. The penance stare shows you that everything you've done is bad, and it gives you intense pain.
I
And
will
it could
just
convince
unmake you all.
Oh, well, that's.
Would you unmake this
unfortunate.
I don't
ratio?
actually know that you can unmake me.
Okay. Okay,
Skeletor.
so we're getting close to the end of the show, so
The
we have
ratio
some answers
needed.
from you guys
Yeah.
watching to get to for each of these characters. So let's go ahead and bring up the first answer. I believe this one is going to be for Ainz.
Skeletor. Minion! Minion, read!
I'll read it. The Koopa Kirby said 3 days ago, and this was edited, so who knows about what the original text was. In the Masters of the Universe Netflix show, Skeletor gains the power of Grayskull and becomes a universal threat with reality-warping powers. Even before then, he's able to fight He-Man, who wields those same powers, to a standstill, so he should be stronger than Skull Knight. Debatable. He's openly non-apologetic to being evil. I am not nice, so the penance stare shouldn't work on him. It's not really how we're... Though scaling to She-Ra's cosmic horses, he should be fast enough to body Ainz before the time stop. He should reign supreme as the best skeleton of all time.
Yes, thank you!
It's not how the
Okay.
penance stare works.
You
I
know,
just want
that's
to
an
point that out.
interesting
It has nothing
answer,
to do
but
with
I did ask for the Ainz answer.
Yeah.
Also, Skeletor asked for his minion to read it, not somebody who's going to judge it in the middle
Okay,
of it.
well, I
Liam, that
wanted
was
to
very
read because I never
rude.
get to read, and I like to read. So
Okay,
I
well,
read.
that's good.
You get to be on the show all the time.
That's
Let's
true.
go ahead and bring
I
up
never
the
get-
answer for Ainz. Let's do the
Yeah,
Ainz
it's okay. Liam and I can take turns. All right, the answer for Ainz. While Momonga is awesome, he just doesn't have it against Skeletor, especially as Skeletor is technically already dead, depending on the version you pick. But the original version is a dead guy. This is true. Nor do any of the others. Ryder might stand a chance, but Skeletor is technically immune to his best attacks, those being fire and penance. Skeletor has the most magic, psionic capabilities, and combat prowess. Plus, he outages all three of the others, granting him the experience advantage as well.
Yes!
Immune to
Okay.
fire and penance? What source?
More
I
for
made it up.
Skeletor!
Okay.
Maybe if I
Thank
agree
you.
with that.
That was a very interesting answer. Not the one for Ainz. Okay,
They
maybe
did
we
this
got
on
the
their
Ainz one
own.
mixed
I
up.
actually
Let's go
did
ahead.
not manipulate this.
Let's
This
go
was
ahead
not
and
me.
bring up the answer for Ghost Rider. How about that one? Let's go ahead and bring up the answer for Ghost Rider.
Cosmic Cat. Ghost Rider has this. Scaling to He-Man. Skeletor has this. Scaling to He-Man already makes it so he can beat Ainz and Skull Knight pretty easily. Johnny will be a tough opponent, but it's likely Skeletor's magic will screw Johnny over big time, as he was able to almost completely erase He-Man from existence. He may just narrowly win, but the other skeletons just don't have the backbone. Happy Skeletober.
Okay. Bring up the other one.
Didn't
I'm sure
Johnny
we got an
beat-
answer.
Doctor Strange?
All right, from the Mighty Truffles. A lot of people are sleeping on Skeletor, who is universe level. He easily scales to He-Man, who canonically killed a full power clone of Superman. And that's probably on the weaker end of feats for either character.
Fisto was sleeping with Skeletor.
Okay, I'm
You
sorry.
can't prove
We
that.
only have answers for Skeletor. What's going on? All right. Okay.
I don't know what
This is a
happened.
bad.
The
This is
community has
poor
spoken.
sportsmanship.
I just
Skeletor.
realized
I
something.
don't know.
This
Good job,
podcast is led by a specific producer who is now Skeletor's minion. We may have been stuck. I'm just saying this may have been rigged a little bit.
Conflict of interest.
I'm gonna say this, and
this is
I'm being
interesting.
totally honest here. I
And are you
didn't
telling-
know that was happening. I had no influence. So if there was
Sure.
something
Video
happening,
and are you
Skeletor.
saying that
Sure.
Death
That
Battle
was
is
entirely
rigged?
on the minion herself. Okay, just for clarity.
Sure.
Let me
Skeletor.
assure you, I am an entirely neutral party when I pick out these comments
I
for
believe
us to
her.
read, okay? I don't know what happened. It's
mhm.
crazy.
Okay.
That
Okay.
the least believable. I don't know what happened.
All right, it is time to get to the vote. As always, the way this is going to work is we have votes from you guys and votes from us, and whichever one wins the most votes wins the community death battle. So first things first,
You
let's
know
go ahead
what
and
to
bring up the
do.
community tab vote. We do have a vote in the chat right now going on, but let's go ahead and bring up the community tab vote.
Whoa.
Interestingly enough, Ghost Rider obliterates.
Bullshit.
Ghost Rider gets
Absolute
67% of the vote, which is kind of crazy. Okay. So Ghost Rider gets a vote. All right. So let's start with us before we
He
go on to
didn't
the
show
chat
up here.
votes. That's true.
He's actually right off camera right here.
All right, let's
He's just
begin
standing
with
and watching
Ainz.
me.
Ainz, who are you voting for?
Oh boy, this is a tough one. I feel like Ghost Rider takes it in the end. Ainz has a chance, but it's pretty slim.
What?
I'm very impressed that you did not vote for Ainz.
How nice
Okay,
of you,
so
That's
Ainz.
gonna kind of
We have
fuck
2
things up, I
votes.
think.
We
We'll
have
see.
2 votes for Ghost Rider. You know what? Just because I appreciate it, I'll throw my vote to Ainz.
Oh.
I'll throw my vote to Ainz. The ability to kill anything, just regardless, sounds pretty overpowered to me. So 1 vote for Ainz, 2 votes for Ghost Rider. Liam, who are you voting for?
Oh, Ghost Rider. Yeah, Ghost Rider destroys. Full power Zarathos. Yeah, sorry.
I can-
Not even the
3
the
votes,
gods.
Ghost
can
Rider.
God stuff is really
take
enough.
his soul from existence.
I wish it was. I wish it was. That's what Ghost Rider could do too. That's
We have
Ghost
3
Rider's
votes for
Wow.
Ghost Rider
Sorry.
already. Wow. Okay. Aaron, who are you voting for?
In
Skull
interest in keeping my soul from being destroyed by Skeletor, I am going to have to vote for Skeletor today.
Okay. I mean,
Good job.
That's not how you pronounce Skull.
that is unfortunate, but like, I guess fair argument.
I can't imagine how this
okay.
That's a
would
very
go.
fair and unbiased statement. I appreciate that, Aaron.
We have 1 Skeletor, 1 Ainz, 3 Ghost Rider. Skeletor, who are you voting for?
I don't know what Ainz was thinking, but I vote for Skeletor! Skeletober!
Naturally.
How
Come
tasteless.
on!
Ow!
Whoa.
Okay. Okay.
It
So interestingly enough, this could be kind of interesting.
Come on,
So we got
Ryan,
3 for Ghost Rider, 2 for Skeletor. I think everybody
Let's
else
go.
is out of the running at this point.
I've never
Strider.
won
All right.
anything.
Let's go ahead and bring. Let's go ahead and bring up the chat vote to see where we stand. Is Skeletor tying with Ghost Rider, or is Ghost Rider sweeping this? Not sweeping this, taking this. Whoa! It is so close. We are at 39% Ghost Rider, 40% Skeletor.
Wins, yes!
Oh my
I
god.
recognize my power.
By an extremely slim margin, Skeletor gets a 3rd vote, making this a tie.
We are
Which
at
means-
a tie.
As always with our ties, we go to our show director, the man who is running the scenes behind this, who has done an amazing job putting all this crazy shit together that we came up with at the last minute for all 4 of these episodes. Brian.
Alright, just to fuck
Ryan,
with
look at me.
I'm looking.
It's Skull Knight just
You
to
know
fuck
what
with
to
him.
do.
I do.
Brian.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah!
Are you kidding me? Are you fucking
Brian
kidding
votes
me?
for Ghost Rider.
It's Skeletober! You had one job! You could have done it the chat! God damn you! Damn you to hell! When I reign supreme over this earth, you'll be the first to die, Brian Baker!
Joining
Thank
the
you for
ranks of
everybody for joining us
Capitan
on this wild ride of Skeletober celebration.
I don't know any
Oh,
name of it, so I'm
You
just
will be
lifting
spared,
up.
the rest of you will perish in flames!
This is my laundry money, so I'm gonna raise that, and I'm gonna take a drink.
Don't do that. That sounds like a terrible
Delicious.
idea.
What the hell?
All right.
All right. Skeletor actually loses, and Ghost Rider wins the
This is
entire
bullshit. You'll be
Skeletober
hearing from my
celebration
agent.
Skeletournament. Thank you for joining us, Skeletor. Is that his real name?
No.
Yeah,
Yes,
his name is Skella. That's his first name, and then Tor is his last name.
Oh, thank
we
you
can
for
tilt
joining
the
us,
camera
Mr.
down. We
Tor.
can see Chad's dead body. You can kind of
Oh,
see like a bit of
we should-
tuft of
You
red
can
hair
see the
sticking
bit
out
of
at the
the-
bottom.
I can't believe I'm gonna have to resurrect both Chad and Billy.
Isn't that bullshit? Don't you hate?
I already
don't you
had
hate
to resurrect
Mondays?
Billy once this
It's not
month.
Monday.
This is.
It's true. Well, I'm
Yeah.
glad you
Listen,
can do
I
that,
love doing
so.
the monthly theme, but it's so much work for me.
Well, we appreciate what you do, Aaron, even if you have to be Skeletor's
Oh, the
minion,
double
you know?
middle fingers. That was crazy.
Making things work.
So rude.
All right, and we appreciate
Thank
all of you
you.
guys for joining us for this, whatever the hell this month has been. All right, again,
Skeletor!
this Halloween This Halloween, Jason versus Michael airs. We're very excited to share this episode with you. Josh and his team have been kicking so much ass putting this one together. It is a very, I think it's a little unique for an episode. We're definitely going full Halloween theme for it. It's gonna be fun. So check that out this upcoming Monday, and then in November we will continue Death Metal Cast as always. I don't know. Maybe we'll do another themed month at some point. Let us know what you think of it. We don't know. No, we're not.
Definitely
we're not doing
think we
Skeletor.
can do next October themed
Santa
again.
Sember?
Yes, I mean, we could just do Skele for every month. Skele
Liam-uary?
Skele January.
Liam
Liam-uary.
All right,
And what would
Okay.
that be? Okay, no, we're gonna save it for the
Let me
post show.
we're
We gotta
5
go.
minutes over. Yeah, we will save that for our champion cast. Thank you all so much. Thank you for joining us for Skeletor Celebration. Take care.
Thanks, guys.
Mother is talking to you. The blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. Kill her.